this group came together to make this film.
Well, it started with Daisy, so.
I just want to honestly thank you for such an amazing response. That was also. Original conceit was me, told my husband, he sculpted it into this amazing thing. We brought Kate on, who also helped us sculpt this thing. Sam pitched to us, was unbelievable. We went to Shaz, Matilda, and here we are. Yeah.
It's incredible. Sam, this is your leap into feature-length filmmaking. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tell us how this preparation process was different and how you approached it, taking a bigger step.
Well, I suppose the first step was working really closely with Tom and Daisy and Kate, and especially with Tom at script stage. I read the script, as Daisy said, I pitched for it. I found it an amazing page turner, and very quickly I was like, this feels to me like a thriller / noir. So my first step really was to dive into thrillers and noir, so looking at the work of like the best, so there was a lot of like studying and like just absorbing, and then I guess like Tom and I, and with everyone, with Daisy especially, was trying to pull out the themes as much as we could. So one of the things we felt compelled to do was to up Annette's story at home, because the sort of meanwhile back at the ranch story felt really, really important, and then to present Annette as unstable. It was things like that, just finding the themes that were in the script and then bringing them out as sort of cinematically as possible.
And Tom, do you want to talk a little bit about creating all of that brooding tension?
Yeah, well, I mean, so I think, as some people know, Daisy came up with this original idea. She was working on a film out in Canada, I think, and had a young girl in it. And I picked her up from the airport, and she said, I've had this kind of crazy idea about this woman who starts to infiltrate a family and on a film set. What do you think? And I said, yeah, okay, give me a second to think about it. And she gave me about 3 days before we were pitching it to producers. And then we started writing. And what I loved was it started out as this story, sort of following this actress who might begin to infiltrate a family. But I started to really find the woman at home fascinating. And I thought, who is this woman who has the strength and the backbone to hold this family together under such awful circumstances? Do you know, this is a side note, Shazzy had never seen this film before, so yeah, man, you got some hate, It was really fun. Shazzy's been a good friend of mine for many years, and it was fun writing him into such a villain. But this woman at home fascinated me, and I said to Daisy quite early on, I said, I feel like my focus wants to shift to this woman at home and what she's going through. And if you just mount more and more pressure on this person until it's almost ridiculous, how much can this person take? Where does that strength go? Where does that pressure go if you push all this pressure on? And that's what became very fun to sort of work out what she's been doing. When you start to release this character, hopefully it looks a bit unstable, but actually that reveal at the end that the whole time she was very focused, very... Oh, hey, what's that?
Sorry, I'm just aware that people are recording it.
Oh, shit.
No, then it's fine.
Yes.
Sorry,
Anyway, yeah. So it was great fun. I had a lot of fun doing it, yes.
So, Daisy, your performance was incredible. There was so much composure, yet so much feeling in so many different scenes. Can you talk a little bit about, since this was your original idea, like when you all started to bring on additional cast members, how you all prepared for these scenes together?
It's really interesting because we were in the edit after Sam and Chris, our amazing editor, had been in for a little while, and it's so strange. Like sometimes I've watched it and I'm like, wow, poor Annette. And tonight I was like, Annette! I feel very intrinsically part of her story because we sort of grew her from the ground up. Had amazing rehearsals with Sam. And then honestly, we just had the most amazing cast. And everyone brought such unique energy and lifted everything. Like, honestly, it's so overwhelming being here. Like, I remember the first day on set seeing the trailers and being like, oh my God, we're making a film. And now it's like, oh my God, we're here. I just feel honestly so thankful. The cast we had, the crew we had, like, people did the most unbelievable job. And I just felt like everyone raised each other.
Shazid and Matilda, you want to tell us about your experience?
Just working with great people. I mean, Tom sent me the script, and I read it very, very quickly, and it was just a page turner. So it was something that I definitely wanted to be a part of, and Sam, who's a genius, and Daisy, and just getting to rehearse with these guys, and then get on set, and it was just definitely a unique energy kind of thing. Exactly what you're saying. It was about playing every day and just trying to find, playing a real piece of shit and just trying to play the best of my abilities. So yeah.
Same. It was great working with these guys. I think I'm the last one that came into the project, and I was a big fan of Daisy, and the fact that she came up with the idea and wrote it with her husband Tom, and maybe one day I'll be able to do it. I was very curious to see like how she would, take on the producing and leading in the film, and she did a great job. And Sam was amazing because we got to work on set, and every scene, because of the misjudgment and all the nuances, we got to play different ways the same scene, and it was very fun.
So Kate and Sam, can you tell us a little bit about the production process, and if there was anything that kind of happened behind the scenes that was a surprise or kind of changed the trajectory of the story?
I think the first thing we had to find was that house, because it needed to kind of trap Daisy in it, and the kind of the glass box, the modernity, the emptiness of it. And it took us a while to find that, didn't it? We looked at lots of different places, and then this one felt perfect. And then we went to Scion House. Once we had the locations, because the script was all there, the characters were there, it was just finding the things that emphasised the elements of the film. And then we were super lucky that when we got to Scion House, it was all sunny and lovely. And in the house, it was freezing cold and really dark. And we just had, genuinely, this was one of the loveliest films I've ever worked on. Everyone was so brilliant and happy. It was quite dark things, but the actual set was wonderful, wasn't it?
Sam, what do you feel like you learned about yourself during this process?
Oh God, so much. I mean, it's amazing. I'm so grateful for the experience. There's no substitute for going through it. I learned loads about loads, and even tonight, still learning. When watching it with your very first audience, fascinating for us. It's like kind of a first preview. So seeing where the laughs come, whatever. Seeing where the applause was, which is obviously a world first for us. So you just learn so much by doing. But I was hugely blessed with this team of producers and writers and actors, and it was I suppose one of the moments that was really amazing. And I've worked with some amazing actors before, but there was something about when we were set up. We put all the time into the design, the house, the locations. Everything was kind of in place, but we haven't shot anything. And then camera's there, everything's ready, Daisy steps in, you see her face on camera on the monitor, and you go, wow, that's movies to me, is actors. You go, that special thing that happens when an actor steps in front of the camera, is that a learning? Well, yes, it was a huge, amazing moment, and I think I'll get that every time I make anything else.
And you also made a movie within a movie, so double.
Yeah, teeing up a period drama there, for sure. But it was joyous to celebrate movie making as much as we could. And there's a director in the film, Emmett Kerwin, who was wonderful, I thought, and walks a little bit like I walk. So he was clearly doing some deep study. But seeing the behind the scenes of filmmaking, and the fact that all films are a dream, really. They're all artificial, and somehow that played interestingly into the kind of the other fantasies going on in the film.